to Cornerstone Senior Marketing Sales Director Jaime Lebron, who will be giving this presentation today. Jaime, it's all yours.
Great. Thank you very much, Marilyn. Welcome, everyone, to our webinar this morning. And first off, I hope everyone enjoyed the Memorial Holiday weekend. I'm sure everyone is tired of being cooped up in the house, and hopefully you got to enjoy some good weather and have a change of scenery instead of looking out your window. So with that, welcome again to the webinar regarding leads, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Making the most out of leads, and just want to really move on to the next slide and just share a little bit of housekeeping. So everyone, for right now, your phones are muted. If you have a question, please type it in the chat window, and then we will follow up with questions at the end of the presentation as best as possible. And the presentations are recorded, so you can have access to this presentation at any time by visiting our Cornerstone Senior Marketing website. Our strategy is your success, and as a broker and a Cornerstone Senior Marketing broker, you are a valuable partner. So we want to make sure that you understand the importance you have and the role that we play with you. Oops, excuse me. As an FMO, we have exclusive proprietary product bonuses that are available with different carriers. We have a top of carrier hierarchy, so we have high-end contracts with our partnerships. And our strategy is your success in order to meet those goals that you want to achieve. Industry tenure, we have experience and we have knowledge. Myself, along with the other sales directors, combined, we have probably close to 100 years of experience. So we have a lot of information and knowledge that we can share in order to help you build and grow your business. Marketing resources to grow your business are available. Marilyn Schultz, our marketing coordinator, she's been very diligent in making sure that we have all the tools and information available that you can use to market yourself and brand yourself in your local communities. We also do offer carrier co-op programs that can help to save you money. Oftentimes we have some co-op dollars to help offset some of your out-of-pocket exposure in order to provide some leads and run some different campaigns. Training and education support, including CEs, we tend to offer CEs as much as possible. Although right now in our current environment, it could be a little different because of the fact that usually CEs are offered in person, but we're working on virtual, so but we're still able to do that, still following the guidelines with the Department of Insurance. So Agent Toolkit. With Cornerstone Senior Marketing, we have what we call an Agent Toolkit, which encompasses a number of different options available for you to help you. First off, we have our CSG Medicare quoting tool with enrollment, and then we also have a Medicare Center enrollment tool. So with our CSG Medicare quoting tool, that can also help you when it comes to doing some quote comparisons on Medicare Supplement. And then we have Medicare Center enrollment tool, which could actually go on with Medicare Advantage products and prescription drug plans and do online enrollments. We also offer a discount mailer program, and we also have co-op available for direct leads and more. We have a mailing list that's also available, so you can look at acquiring a Turning 65 mailing list, and we also have a Turning 65 app, which we'll get into more detail. And Broker-Centric is available. We're going to talk a little bit about what that encompasses. And then new to Cornerstone Senior Marketing is our social media website marketing. We partner with a company called Snoozy, and there'll be more details on that. So with our CSG Actuarial Medicare Quoting Tool, it's absolutely free. As a Cornerstone broker, there's no cost, and it's a very quick setup for you to get access. You can quote and compare plans for MA, MedSup, dental, final expense, and hospital indemnity. So it's very well rounded with the different type of products that are available with our carrier partners. You can create letterhead and email quotes to clients. All carriers in all states, it's not just Cornerstone Senior Marketing carriers are included with this particular subscription. So you have access to all the information that's out there regarding different carriers and pricing. You can fill in the blanks with the hospital indemnity. So with the hospital indemnity, you can actually fill in what's called coverage gaps. So if you're quoting Medicare Advantage product and you want to fill in the gaps with an indemnity product, the system will allow you to do that. So you can provide actual numbers to a client as far as offsetting some of their out-of-pocket exposure as well. There is a free app for iPads and for mobile devices as well. And then new in 2020, we have our Medicare Advantage online enrollments that's going to be included in the Medicare quoting tool. And this is separate from the Medicare Center, which we'll talk about. Our Medicare Center enrollment tool. This is a proprietary tool to Cornerstone Senior Marketing. Again, we are an Integrity platform partner, so we are connected with our other partners across the country. And basically with the tool, it has a lot of functionality that can make it really efficient for you to do business virtually and sell over the phone. You can send compliant email comparisons to clients. You can follow up with a phone call to review their options. Electronic scope is stored internally, and you can cross-compare plans among multiple carriers. And again, it's 100% free. And as you see there with some of the logos on the bottom, these are all the carriers that are available on our Medicare Center enrollment tool. And what's unique about this particular tool is that it can also be utilized as a CRM function as well. So if you want to put in notes and follow-up dates, you can do that and use it to your advantage in that capacity. We also partner with Target Leads and offer a discount mailer program. With our partnership with Target Leads, you have access to acquire a mailer at 30 cents per piece cost, which is drastically reduced. It's usually running about 90 cents to $1. But with our partnership, we have it reduced to 30 cents per mailer. You can contact Target Leads direct, and they will assist you with the type of demographic information that you're searching for, whether it's zip code or by county or by income level. They can break it all down any way you want and provide you what the data shows. Let them know that you're a Cornerstone Senior Marketing broker, and this way they will make sure to apply the 30 cent per mailer piece. And then Target Leads will also put a mailer program together for you. So if you want to do something that's a little bit more customizable, they will work with you on creating something along those lines. But be sure to speak with them regarding the cost, because if a broker wanted to add color and a logo, then that's not going to make a 30-piece mailer, but they will provide a rate quote for you if you want to really kind of dress it up a little bit. And Cornerstone will pick up the cost for the difference on that if you were to make any kind of changes. So we're still willing to help and help get your name out there in any manner that you want to do it. Direct leads discount. We also have a company that we work with called List Shack, where we can actually help to create and generate a list for you for Medicare Supplement and Turn 65 quality leads. Discount pricing up to 100% of costs may be covered through our carrier co-op, and a zero markup for proportional wholesale refunds. So when it comes to direct lead discounts, we make them all available for you. Again, trying to minimize your out-of-pocket exposure as much as possible. And then a free mailing list. We have list-specific demographics chosen by the broker. So again, as I mentioned earlier, if you're providing a certain zip code, income level, county, for example, we can actually try to generate a lead for up to 1,000 names based on the demographic that you provide. And it's a great option for personalized mailers, to outreach for seminars, and et cetera. If you're having any webinars, we have a company called List Shack that we partnered with, and we're able to offer this to you at zero cost. So basically, we can generate a list with names and addresses, and then you can go ahead and reach out to them with any piece that you'd like to use. Here's an example of what you would complete on the form for the free mailing list with List Shack. So you can check off any box that you are interested in, or if you want to really narrow it down, you can look at income level, for example. We really use this quite often with people turning 65, and so you can really indicate exactly what the features are that you're looking for, and then we will come back with the data results to let you know exactly how many names are available, and if you need to enhance that with some different information, we can work together on making that happen for you. But we definitely guarantee to get you at least 1,000 names, depending on the availability of the data that you provide. Our Turning 65 location app, this is new and it's available with our proprietary products. Again, as an Integrity partner, we do have some proprietary products available. It's a free Turning 65 app, which has heat mapping attached to it, and it's available with our Lumico product, our Union Security Insurance Company, Central States Indemnity product, and our SureBridge product. So you literally can have an appointment and have this Turning 65 location app, and it'll identify anybody else close to that appointment that's also turning 65 that you can try to reach out to in advance and say, hey, I'm in your neighborhood and I'm meeting with Mrs. Smith, and If you're available, I can also meet with you. So it's a really unique function and an application that you can use to your advantage as you're out there working the field. Broker-centric. Broker-centric is our marketing Medicare resources. It's our marketing repository where we house a lot of different tools and features that are available for the use, such as postcards, flyers, seminar notices. We have a number of different things that are compliant that are available for you. It's all compliant because we ran it through a compliance officer, so it's very generic in nature, but it's available for the use. And it's basically a library. So you have training and guidance and connections with it. Some of the marketing assets are generic, but we can also customize it. So if you want to make something that's customizable with your color, your logo, obviously you're going to include all your contact information, you can do that. And then you have 24/7 access to this online. So at any given time, you can go out there and play around with it. And if you need some assistance, Marilyn will be more than happy to help out with helping to customize a particular piece that you are interested in using. Content website services, social media content website services program that we have available through Snoozy. It's an automated social media posting service and a website development hosting option at an exclusive discounted monthly rate, and efficiently modernized web and social media presence. A lot of brokers right now still don't quite understand, how to utilize social media. They don't know where to begin. Our partnership with Snoozy will help you to do that. They're very good with working with you on trying to meet what it is that you want to do out in the field and how you want to brand yourself. And they have a number of different options available. Options that they have available, if it's social media content posting only, it's at a reduced price of $49.99 per month. If you want to have a website build out and hosting, then you can provide that service separately at $59.99 per month. Or you could bundle them both for $99.99 per month. So for less than $100, you can have the best of both. And it's truly a bargain when you compare it to other services that are out there that still require you to provide content on the website. They will customize a plan and a campaign for you to have that social media presence. So via LinkedIn or Facebook, if you're tweeting, whatever the case might be, our Ken French, who is our partner with Snoozy, will be more than happy to assist you with that. You can sign up online, and Cornerstone Senior Marketing status is verified and discounted, and it's applied. So we actually provide the approval to Snoozy that you can participate in the program. And you work directly with the broker to set up the service and the solution. So you'd have a conversation with Ken French regarding what you want to do. So it'll be a consultation that's at no cost, and then you can work on developing a program in partnership with Snoozy. Understanding a sales lead. Oftentimes we hear the word lead, but we really don't understand what that truly means. So here's a small definition of a lead, sales lead. It's any individual or entity that has come in contact with your business with or sometimes without the intention to buy from you. So we cannot assume that everyone is willing and ready to buy, but you really want to have someone that you can start talking to. A contact becomes a lead only when they express interest in your business. This could be them reaching out to you via phone or email or by interacting with your online presence like your website or social media handles. Again, all the tools that I already, the aforementioned tools that I mentioned can be utilized in order to do this. Cold outreach still works, but be sure to probe adequately before you classify them as a lead. So you want to make sure you're asking the right questions and not spending a lot of time with somebody. There's a term that's called unqualified leads versus qualified leads. And an unqualified lead is just as good as a qualified lead during a consultative sales process. Oftentimes we're consulting with folks and advising them on their options, but you need to qualify them first and make sure that it truly is a lead that's going to result in a sale. Unqualified leads give you a chance to help and share what you do. You can be friendly with them, and then you're going to have to move on. Qualified leads, of course, give you the chance to help and share what you do, be friendly, and sell. And that's a big difference between the two. You have to be able to distinguish the difference between the two. And an unqualified lead would probably fall into a tickler file, as some brokers might call it, or future or a warm lead, or a qualified lead is really considered a hot lead. This is an individual that is ready to buy and is actively shopping to buy something. The sooner you can identify a lead that is not a right fit for your product or service, the better. So for example, are they aging into Medicare within the next 12 months or longer? If yes, then that's considered an unqualified need. If no, then that could be considered a qualified lead because maybe they're turning 65 within the next 3 to 6 months. Do they currently have Part B? If yes, then you know that that's a qualified lead because they're going to be eligible for with their A and their B into Medicare. And if not, then again, they can be considered an unqualified lead until they get their Part B set up at a future date. And do they live in a service area? So with Medicare Advantage plans, they have to live in a particular service area. So if no, then obviously they're an unqualified lead. And if yes, then they would be a qualified lead, in which case you're going to spend more time with them. So you want to spend the most amount of time and provide the most attention to the qualified lead so that you can hopefully convert them into a plan. So working a sales lead, you want to the yes or the no. And that's obviously the goal for everybody when we're talking to folks on the phone. Oftentimes brokers may call on a lead once or twice and then discard them. You have permission to contact them. Try to connect as quickly as possible and keep reaching out as often as necessary. Calling at the same time and the same day with no response means you need to change it up. Call in the evening and or on the weekends. Remind them to reach out to you because oftentimes they're going to forget that they even sent in the response card. So it's really up to you to remind them of that. Follow up, and follow up. Those are the most important things that you can do when it comes to these leads. And again, when I say, reaching out to them and as often as necessary, it's not just 1 or 2 phone calls. It could be 10 or 15 phone calls. You want to get to the yes or the no. You scratch them off your list, and you can. The goal with this, an outcome for that particular lead, whether it's sold, not sold, or interested, or contact. So you want to have some kind of result with that particular lead. Nurture the lead for future sales. Keep providing unqualified leads with pertinent information. The goal is to be memorable. So if you have an unqualified lead and maybe they're not going to be ready for 9 months or 12 months, you still want to communicate with them. And if it's a qualified lead that might not be ready until they get within their 3 months of turning 65, you still want to keep communicating with them. Communicate with them about you and your agency services and website information. Implement a drip campaign for those particular leads. You can also do periodic mailings, postcards, create a self-branded flyers, or add to your newsletter distribution if you offer one. Invite them to events, seminars, or webinars. Zoom meetings has quickly become the new normal, so if you haven't participated in a Zoom meeting or learn how to use it, I recommend that you quickly do so because it could be advantageous for you. And or provide updates on Medicare changes. The key is to keep them informed. You want to move them from a warm lead to a hot lead. And the way you do that is by nurturing them over a period of time. And the goal is to convert the lead for a strong return on investment. If you're spending the money on these leads, you want to make sure that you get a return on investment on these leads. So you definitely want to close the lead with enrollment in the right plan. And it should be fairly easy to close your qualified leads. They're expressing interest and are asking questions of you. So you're 50% to the sale, and you just got to get them over the hump and close that sale so that you can get a return on your investment. You can also validate your post-sale services with the client once you convert them. Let them know with a thank you letter, if you're fine with a thank you phone call, exactly what you're going to do after the sale and additional services you might offer and be able to help them out with. And don't forget a referral request after they become a client. Oftentimes brokers don't ask for referrals after they become a client, and it could be as simple as sending out a little letter along with your thank you, or separately doing a referral request letter or reaching out to them via phone for a referral. Interesting data point, when it comes to referrals, if you haven't, or if you don't know, that 91% of customers say they would give a referral, yet only 11% of salespeople will ask for them. So don't forget to ask the referrals post-sale. That's how the business is really being built, and that's how you're going to continue to grow organically, is just by folks sharing your information, sharing your name, sharing your services, and providing good feedback about how you help them. So for more information about our value-added tools, you can visit us at www.cornerstoneseniormarketing.com, and you'll be able to view our whole website and view all the information I just shared. At this time, we'll open it up for any questions. So if you have a question, please feel free to type it in the chat box, and we will address it. So we have a question from Charles. Where do we get the CSG app for Android? So with the CSG app for Android, we can help to assist with securing that. It should be available on the Apple Store. You should be able to download it from there. But if you need some assistance, we'd be more than happy to help out. We have a question from Stephanie. How often can we complete the target leads and other lists available from Cornerstone? So with the target leads, when you're doing a campaign mailer, those locations or information that you requested, that's yours for 90 days. And then after 90 days, it would open up again for anyone else, or if you want to go back and use those same zip codes, and you go back and use the same zip code. So we want to make sure that brokers understand that we're not trying to have brokers sell over each other. So if you're providing a particular zip code, that zip code is locked in for 90 days. We have another question from Jackie. When you get a lead back and can't get a hold of them, what is the best practice? A letter, card for follow-up, or just keep calling, or both? My recommendation is really to do both. Again, as I mentioned, you want to get to the yes or the no. And again, if they're turning 65, keep in mind some of these people are still working, so that's the reason why you might have to call in the evenings, or might want to call on the weekends, because that's probably the best time to get in touch with these folks. So, it's just really a matter of being diligent with following up on these leads as often as much as possible until you're able to connect with them. We still have a few more minutes, so if there's any other additional questions, please send it in the chat. We're more than happy to address them.
Hey, Jamie, it's Marilyn. I wonder, do you have any experience with, a positive outcome for, following up on leads the way they work?
Yeah, I can actually, I have a kind of a humorous story I could share with you. So I had an appointment at one time with a woman who was turning 65. And this is just a pure example of follow-up. And went to her house, met with her, presented a couple different plan options for her. And she wasn't ready to buy at that particular time. And so it was fine. And I was leaving her home. Well, she had a driveway that was kind of high, and you had to kind of slope down with your car. So as I sloped down her driveway to leave her home, I ended up banging into her car that was parked in the street. So, of course, she freaked out. Oh, my God, Jamie, you hit my car. And so, of course, I'm thinking to myself as I'm sitting in my car, well, you can just forget that sale. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to get this person. So long story short, police came, filed a report, and my insurance company, repaired her car. So I did a follow-up call with her just to say, hey, Mrs. Smith, just want to make sure that my insurance company fixed your vehicle and everything's fine. And thinking to myself, well, she's not going to buy a Medicare plan off of me because of what happened. But sure enough, she said, Jamie, yep, everything worked out great. I'm happy. But please get back over here so you can sign me up for my Medicare plan. And then on top of that, she invited a friend that I was able to take care of as well. So you just know, and that's why follow-up is very, very important. The whole time I'm thinking to myself, this is just a dead deal. But because of my follow-up, it turned into a sale plus one. So it's really critical that you're following up. Looks like we have another question here. Nope, sorry. Okay. Any additional questions at all?
Yeah, I think Jackie's asking if we have any generic Medicare flyers on the basics of Medicare.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that one. Yeah, we do have some generic Medicare flyers available on our broker-centric online. And so when you go to our website, I'm not sure if I can get there from here. Marilyn, can you jump? Oh, no, you can't. Can I share my screen with you?
Actually, why don't I just, if everybody has a minute, I can share my screen. If you just stop sharing, and I can go ahead and share my screen.
Sure.
And I can just give you a quick walkthrough.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, while you're doing
just
that,
confirming that
yeah,
you can see my screen there.
Yeah, we can see your screen. Before you get started, real quick, I have a note from Stephanie. Stephanie says, just want to say that I like using Ken Snoozy for website design and assistance with social media. He's very responsive. So thank you very much, Stephanie, for that great testimonial. We like him too. He's been doing a really great job for all of our brokers. So if you haven't considered at least having a consultation with Ken Snoozy regarding our social media platform, please do. There's no cost to have a conversation. So Marilyn, I'll turn it over to you. Yep.
Sure. And actually, I'll just take you right there. If you go to our agent toolkit, if you go down to the online services discount program, you can get direct access to Ken right from here. You just have to click full program details and get started. And that will bring you to a microsite that we've got set up with Ken, and you can read at your leisure about the services that are offered under our discount program. And then if you are interested, you can just click I'm interested, next steps. What this will do is send an email to Ken to reach out to you. I think one of the best things about Snoozy, Ken's company, and our partnership with them is he works exclusively with insurance professionals. That's his niche, and you don't find that anywhere if you're working with another agency or a vendor to help you with your website. They don't know your business as intricately as Ken would. So that's the biggest bonus, I believe, for the service, other than the cost. The cost is phenomenal for the services that he provides. So I guess I can round us out if you don't mind. Jamie, I'll just show you the new Broker Centric. It's broken down into 3 parts: forms and compliance. We have our webinar library where you can access today's recording. They're usually available 24 hours later, and all the other recordings that the Cornerstone Senior Marketing Professionals have put together recently. And look forward to seeing carrier and product technology webinars, recorded sessions out there in the very near future. And for marketing materials, that's broken down into 4 different segments. You can get a business identity kit if you're just starting in the business, or you're looking to refresh your brand, or you're looking for some ideas. The brochures, flyers, and postcards are out there, generic pieces. And we have presentation materials if you're happy to do a Medicare 101. Right now, in person isn't really relevant. However, that might be happening again in the future, but we also offer postcards and mailers and flyers that indicate that you are going to have a virtual presentation. And then we have some social media posts out there available for you to download right away. Very generic, usually just Medicare glossary items and some special events. So I'll just take you over to the brochures, the flyers, and the postcards. We'll just wait for those to load up for a second. So we have MedAdvantage trifold, a MedSup trifold, a comparison trifold. And you can see we have some flyers out here about the basics of Medicare, reminders, some postcards. These are all very generic. You can choose these and we can brand them with your colors. We can change them, or we can work together to create a custom piece. We're always happy to do that for you. So I encourage you to have a look out here. Conveniently located throughout the pages is the ready to order icon. So if you click that, this is a Medicare MedSup booklet. that if you wanted a PDF version of this, we can put your company information in here and you can email this to some of your clients. Let's go back here.
And I always recommend, if you can use your photo, definitely put that in there so that folks can associate a name with the face. When you agree, Marilyn, that's pretty important.
Oh, I think it's a great idea. Yep, absolutely. We can place your image, your logo, etc., on any of the marketing pieces. We might move a few things around, but we'll make sure the final result is exactly what you're looking for. So I encourage you to go out to our website, have a look at the Agent Toolkit menu items. Everything that Jaime was talking about today listed here, and there's more detail about it under each of these tabs. In addition, we have our Resource Center. You're going to find the 2020 Medicare certification information, soon to be updated with the 2021 information. And there's always quick access to carrier contracting if you're interested in any of the proprietary products that Jaime was talking about earlier, and getting that T65 app with the heat map locator on it. So we've had a few changes to our website, and again, encourage you to get out there. Most importantly, visit the event calendar to see all the upcoming events that we have going on. Sorry, Jaime, I'll send that back to you now.
That's okay, great. We have an additional question from Jackie. And Marilyn, this probably is kind of directed to you. What is the turnaround time for putting one of these brochures together with our info? And what did you say the T65 app was found? So, Marilyn, I'll let you address the turnaround time frame regarding some of this information. And
sure.
And the T65 app, if you just want to share where that's located too, that'd be great.
Yep, I sure can. Thanks, Jackie. Typically, once we get started, I'm going to say about 2 days. It's usually a bit of a back and forth. We get your colors and then we tweak it a little bit. And it's just depending on the response time. If it's something you want to work on right away and be 100% focused, I'm all over that. So we can, shoot some emails back and forth and have a conversation, and we can turn something out pretty quick. So we can do it in as little as probably a day if we wanted, if we're on the same page. But I understand everybody's busy, they have appointments, so just how quickly we can get back and forth. But the bones are there for most of the pieces. Again, just a quick tweak with that. If you're on the website, just click here, ready to order. Again, you'll find that link several times on those pages. And you can either fill out this form, it'll shoot me a quick email and I'll get back to you. And maybe we'll set up a call, or we'll do a webinar together so we can screen share and look at some ideas, or just call us direct. And you can ask for marketing and they'll connect you with me. I'm Marilyn Schultz. For the T65 app, that is something you can click on here, and Jaime, they can either connect directly with you with respect to the proprietary products, and
Sure.
Or they can click here to request the app, and that will connect you with Michelle Kapp, who is the sales director for our proprietary products.
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty quick turnaround time, isn't it? Once the product is in place, the carrier is in place.
Yeah, so if there's some interest with the Turning 65 app, please reach out to myself, or you can reach out to Michelle Kapp, who's our director for the proprietary products. Between her and I, we can help get you set up with contracting for our proprietary products, and that Turning 65 app will be available to utilize along with our proprietary products. So contract and turnaround time, about 2 to 3 days, as far as turning it around, meaning us getting the link to you. Usually we can get the link out to you within 24 hours. Then it's just a matter of getting it back to us, and then let's go ahead and getting everything processed for you. So.
Right. And I just would add, too, everything works so hand in hand with those products. When you look at the proprietary products and you start looking at the ancillary solutions that they offer, and combining that to create a really strong cross-selling possibility when you use that CSG quoting tool as well. Would you agree, Jaime?
Yes, I do agree.
Yeah. All right.
Looks like we have another question here. Okay, we have a question from Charles. How is the T65 app different from the mailing list for T65? So The difference here, Charles, is that with the T65 app, it really only pertains to our proprietary products. With the Turning 65 mailing list, you're basically buying a list of folks who are going to be aging in the future. So maybe looking at, July, August, September, Turning 65 birthdates. But the T65 app, it can be utilized in the same manner, but it's really specific to our proprietary products.
Right.
Okay, any more questions, folks? Okay, well, it doesn't look like we have any more additional questions, but however, if you do have any afterthoughts after today's presentation, please feel free to reach out to me, Jaime Lebron. It's JAIME.Lebron at cornerstonесeniormarketing.com, or you can also reach out to Marilyn regarding marketing pieces. And thanks, Marilyn. I was going to ask you to show that. So here we are as far as our contact information, so you get to take a good look at what we look like. So hopefully you're not too bad. And then Marilyn is here too, and there she is. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to reach out to Marilyn or myself, and we can address any questions and help you generate some nice marketing pieces in order to get some leads for some new sales. And
Yeah.
so, go ahead, Marilyn.
I was going to add too, Target Leads also, if you use the discount mailer, which is an incredible program. We just had another broker this morning sign up for a 1,000-piece mailer. They also have a huge catalog of ready-to-go pieces as well that are very effective. So you have a lot of options. I think that's the best thing to say. You have a lot of choices when it comes to mailing lists. And working with Target Leads, they've been an exemplary partner with us, and they have the very best customer service and best turnaround times as well. So again, you have choices when it comes to the mailers that you want and the marketing pieces that you want to use.
Great. Okay, well with that, I don't see any additional questions. We'll go ahead and conclude our presentation and our webinar for today, and hopefully you got a lot out of this and it was helpful information for you as you think through some different strategies regarding your business. But be more than happy to have a one-on-one conversation with you if you like. Please feel free to reach out to me. And I want to thank everyone's attendance today. We really appreciate your time, and hopefully it was worthwhile. But we're here for you and here to help you. So wishing everyone a terrific day. Please stay safe and healthy out there, and all the best. Thanks so much for attending today.